Well, it looks like some pathetic little queers want us to feel sympathy for that gay-ass game Concord. Because a lot of developers worked on it for a really long time, and apparently that game was in development for 8 years. Yes, you heard that correctly. The game with the they, them pronouns and these hideous characters, these fat, black, obese trash on the screen. Nobody wants that nasty shit in their game. The game was dead on arrival the moment I saw it, and they should have known it by now. They released it anyway, and the player numbers are horrible. Here it is. Nobody's playing this shit on Steam. It's dead. And we have a post from the Steam community page to look at, and it says, show some humanity. 170 developers have invested their names, reputation, and took several years of hard work into this product. Look, I don't know these people, but at least they know they are people. Do you even think before you post? How stupid is failure makes them feel in luck? Well, that's their problem. They did a job and they didn't do it correctly, and they're probably gonna lose their job because of it. I don't see why they deserve any sympathy whatsoever. You don't inherently deserve sympathy because you worked hard on something. That doesn't mean you did something good. It just means you spent a lot of time on it and you tried. If you had anybody to look at the game from the outside, they would have told you that this looks like a disaster just waiting to happen, and Sony is too stupid to realize that. They thought this was gonna be a big game. They thought they were gonna make billions of dollars off this garbage. When anybody on the outside can say, yeah, nobody wants this nasty, fat, black, ugly characters with pronouns on the screen. Nobody wants that. This is weird. This game is appealing to trannies on Twitter. People who don't actually buy games, they just simp for everything that's gay. They never turn out. They never pull out their wallet. They never buy anything. And I don't feel any sympathy for people who do a terrible job. I don't know why game developers get so much sympathy. They're not doing anything. Any job in the tech industry is extremely easy. Just sitting on your fat ass all day and typing and clicking on stuff on the computer. Yes, I'm oversimplifying it, but it is inherently easy because you're not doing any physical labor. So that alone, I don't have much sympathy for much people in the tech industry, but let's continue reading. They poured their hard work into this product for 8 years. 8 years, oh my god. Whatever, I'll continue. And instead of being celebrated for their virtue, they are mocked for being disingenuous. Do you have any idea how it might feel to question your entire worldview? That instead of fighting for justice all these years, they might have just been pandering to a minority of non-gamers, historically Twitter users, and maybe even restore prejudice to of their own. But that's the fucking point. I can't tell if you're purposely trying to do this mocking thing where you're trying to like pretend like you don't know what the other side is saying. That's the whole point of what people are saying. You're pandering to the 1% of society. I don't know why these companies keep doing that. I'm not just talking about gaming. This literally happens in every industry in society. Just all of a sudden decide to just pander to these disgusting homosexuals. To shift all your content and make it for them. Why? Did you forget about the 99% of people that already existed? The fan base that literally got you where you are today. You decided to just spit in their faces and just give everything to 1% of the population that doesn't even fucking buy this shit. Twitter trannies do not buy products. When are you companies gonna realize it? All these facts do is a simp for anything gay. They never actually turn out. They are a very small percentage of the population. I'm not just talking about the population in general. I'm talking about consumers, especially in gaming, comic books, movies, TV, you name it. They are a small percentage of a small percentage. They do not matter. You shouldn't focus your efforts onto them. You should focus on people who actually are hardcore gamers that have been playing games their whole lives. So this is pandering to Twitter users. Their whole worldview should be mocked because they actually thought that this would be a big game. Sony thought it themselves. It was hyping it up. They have a fucking controller for this game. They really thought it was going to be a big money maker, but they're living in a California bubble, not knowing that majority of people, normal people, not these disgusting homosexuals, normal people do not want this in video games or in anywhere. And that's what people are making fun of. But let's continue reading this. Do you think about how silly that might make someone feel? How it might feel to have the worst flop in gaming history on your CV, which is a resume, just in case you don't know? To have cost your employers $150 million for this fucking game. Are you serious? A small team with like $1 million and 10 people can make a way better game than this. I see indie games all the time. I play them all the time that are way better and way smaller. $150 fucking million for this shit shit. What the fuck is wrong with these publishers? Are they retarded? Unbelievable. I just don't see where that money went. I don't see it at all. This is embarrassing for these people. And we shouldn't even care about what the resume of these individual employees say. We got our own lives to worry about. We don't care if they never get another career in the gaming industry, and honestly, they shouldn't. That's the point we are trying to make. They made a terrible fucking game. They shouldn't be given another opportunity to make another game. You're trying so hard to make us have sympathy for these people when they don't deserve it in the first place. They did a job and they did it poorly. That is it. Again, I don't understand this dick sucking mentality that gamers have for game developers. They are not that special. They're just people. What's the big fucking deal? If anything, they're less than people. They're fucking obese queers sitting in California that are out of touch with the rest of society. Why the fuck should we care about these people personally when we have our own lives and jobs and families and whatever? It just makes no sense to me. But whatever, I guess. Let's just continue reading. No, you don't. Instead, you seem happy that this game, which wanted to challenge norms and maybe, just maybe, get some of you to summon the courage to experiment with your own sexuality, failed? This gotta be a fucking joke, man. There's no way this faggot actually thinks people want that from a video game. Do you want a video game to help you experiment with your sexuality? Are you even a fucking gamer? I mean, you have a Steam account. I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no fucking way. He has to be like a furry faggot that just came onto the Steam community page. Like, no way. People genuinely say this shit? Oh my god. These are literally Twitter people but on Steam community page, which I guess is good to make fun of, but still. Nobody wants to hear about experimenting with sexuality from a fucking video game. What the fuck is your problem? Just make a good game and people will buy it. These people are not fucking gamers, man. They're just activists that just so happen to play a few games. This is retarded. Let's just get this shit over with. Look, some of your posts are super funny, but are they considerate? I'm not so sure. How do you think it feels to drag yourself back to work after a flop of a magnitude that exceeded even the meanest joke of your worst hater? That takes a toll on the strongest of us. I'm not asking you to buy a game or support a game that you don't want. Clearly, the intended audience isn't interested in this game. But please, think about how stupid the developers already feel before you add salt to their wound. They might put up a brave face and seem invulnerable, so you go on with more savage mockery. But they are people of flesh and blood, and a setback like this rattles anyone. To the developers, I want to say stay strong. Have you lost a financial battle? Sure. But have you lost a moral battle? Arguably, yes, to that as well. But you had an amazing journey full of experiences that have taught you a lot. And no one can take that away from you as long as you live and learn. Shut the fuck up. Like, shut your faggot ass up already. I'm sick and tired of these fucking weirdos saying shit like this. You'll never forget about the friends you made along the way, the sexual experiences you had. You learned a lot. Shut the fuck up. This shit is so gay, man. Again, I don't understand why you think people should have sympathy for people who did a terrible fucking job. No other job gets as much sympathy as game developers. I don't understand it. Now you're over here sucking and slurping them, telling them that they did an amazing job. You haven't lost a battle of morality. What are you talking about? This is a video game. If you don't do a good job, you don't deserve the job. You don't get any sympathy. You don't deserve any sympathy, I should say. You get a bunch of sympathy from these fucking losers who think game developers are just like these perfect angels. I don't understand that at all. I'm not giving any of these queerdos any sympathy. If they were in touch with the rest of society, they could have been saw that this game was dead on arrival. That's what makes it so funny. It's the fact that you, not just them, you think that people want their sexuality challenged when they're playing a video game. Do you hear yourself? There's no way you can even be a genuine, honest, and in touch person as well. I can't believe you actually said that. This is just bizarre to me. Jeez, what the fuck happened to gaming? Like, I have a hard time believing this is real, but this sounds like something that a weirdo who spends all day on Twitter would say. So I just I have no words. I have no words. No sympathy for Concord. That's it. Fuck off with the gay shit. Stop pandering to the 1%, the they them weirdos that don't buy nothing. They never show up. They tell you that time and time again, whether it be for gaming, movies, whatever. I'm just tired of it. People are tired of this gay shit as well. So all the developers at Concord that work there, you deserve to be laid off. And all the soy boys defending them, go fuck yourself.